Hello, my name is Brandon Bowdidge. I teach automotive technology at California School for the Deaf in Riverside. I've worked as a mechanic for many years. I started this interest when I was around 10 or 11 years old. I learned from my grandfather. He taught me about cars for a long time. I took a mechanics class and autonomy mechanic class in high school. Then after I graduated, I went to RIT, where they taught engineering as a major, but I wanted a different major. I looked around but wasn't interested in anything and decided to stick to mechanics, so I left college and worked as a tire technician to start, then a lube technician, but I realized I wanted more practice, and went to Universal Technical Institute, also called UTI. I went there and took their automotive technician program, a general background program, and continued for 1 year, and graduated with a degree in automotive technology. Then I wanted to continue with more practice, and moved to a BMW and Ford graduate program, so to speak, which was also a part of UTI. To backtrack, after that program at UTI in Massachusetts, I grew up in Massachusetts. I moved to Arizona with my wife. We moved to the west for the warmer weather. I went to UTI again for general schooling, the UTI in Arizona, and get my BMW certificate along with my Ford certificate. After that, I went back to working as a mechanic for about 5 or 6 years, so at that point I had about 9 years of mechanical experience. I had been a tire technician, lube technician, and a mechanic for 9 years. One place I worked at in Arizona, I worked with classic cars from 1920 to 1980. I learned oiling, autonomy, and mechanics all in one. That job was cool. I learned more as I worked. A goal of mine was to be in a teaching position here, so I applied, got interviewed, and they offered me the job, so I moved to teach here in 2012. Now I teach here. I wanted more practice in auto body oiling. I'm great with mechanics, but auto body oiling, not so much. So I went ahead and took a class at Riverside City College. Also, I was required to have a CTE teaching certificate, so I took a class at the University of California in Riverside, so I got my CTE certification there. That's my background. You two will do this, okay? You? Oh, that's not your name sign? Got it. I'll explain what to do. It's due now. So, we have a lot of projects we need to finish. We're pretty behind. We'll look at it and try to plan on finishing them. Hey, you two explain brake flush to me. One of you goes in the car and steps on the brake. Which one? Okay, good. It's the same, again, it's on there, okay? It's leaking what? AJ finished. I talked to him before he knows what to do, you don't yet. So what you need to do, he'll step on the brake 5 times and keep his foot on the brake and hold it down. You will open the brake system to let the fluid out. Sometimes it's this way, sometimes it's the other way. So, what's the size? Right. 9 millimeters. That size stays. So he'll press the brake 5 times, you'll open the system and let the fluid out, the brake fluid, then he'll have to hold down on the brake to push it out, then you'll turn it, it's a short turn, to the off and then back on. Then he'll press the brake 5 times again, and you'll turn it off, then on again. Alright, guys? Press the brake 5 times. Well, he's already finished. Do you know why we're staying in that order? No. We start at the back of the car, then here, then fourth is the front. Why? Where do you put the brake fluid? But where is it? The brake fluid is in the yellow container. When you open the hood of the car, the brake fluid goes in there. It goes down this tube, and this tube snakes inside the car to the back. It's very far. So the back of the car is where we start. It's far, like this, it goes from front to back, so the front is the last part. So the start is the back, then the second spot in the middle, then the third spot. The brake line is right here. And goes to the front of the car. So you have to start with the back, then through the middle, and then the front. Okay? I'll show you how to do one and then you can proceed. Please bring that black thing over here. Step on it now. Good. Look inside. That's it. Turn it off for 2 seconds, and then turn it back on. Hold it, and I'll watch him. He'll press on the brake, and then the air will get pushed out. You got to press the brake like that to make sure there's no air in the brake line. You can't have any air in there. Got it? So we finished one. You have to do that 3 times, so you have 2 more left to do. And hey, don't be too rough with it. You can do it slowly, don't force it on or off, it only needs a little bit of pressure. Now you have to communicate with him. Wait for him to press the brake 5 times. Go ahead. Now press it again. Wait for him to press it 5 times. press it and get the air out. You're finished. You did it 3 times. You're done. I'll just check to make sure it's okay. Good. Okay. What did you say? Yes, tell him to keep his foot on the brake and let him hold it there. It's tiring, so he might need a break. Are you good for now? He's gonna take a break, so for now just clean that part, and then we'll go back to him and he'll press the brake 5 times. Now you do the right side. No. Look at me driving. You have the left rear wheel and the right rear wheel. It's only from the driver's view. Yes. Now let's look at this. Once you're done getting the fluid out, you use this. This has a strong smell, so be careful. You take the nozzle here and spray it around here. Then wait. Yes, spray it everywhere. Spray it once all the brake fluid is out. Wait, and then you can wipe it to clean. Fill the liquid up to the top, okay? Wait until the temperature is 190 to 195 degrees. The motor should get around 185 to 195 degrees. Then we'll turn on the engine. On the computer I'll have to monitor it and get ready while the temperature increases, then start it. It'll prevent the motor from becoming too hot. If the temperature isn't changing, I'll put on the AC, the cold air will blow out inside. You can put on the automatic AC too, it doesn't matter as long as it's on. If nothing continues to happen, I think about the fuse. I'll check where it is. I'll check all the fuses. The fuse is a tiny part in the electricity system. I check this because if there's an issue with the wire, sometimes the motor won't work. There's many potential problems like car accidents. If the wire is messed up, the motor can become too hot. What would happen if the wire had an issue and the motor became too hot? Right. A fire. So if there's an accident, the motor becomes too hot, or there's an issue with the wire, the fuse will break off. Which means the flow of electricity throughout the car is stopped. I get it. If an accident happened, like a car hitting a wall, it could mean that the fuse had broken off. Understand, if there's one fuse, and it breaks off, the car won't work. Now, if there's 3 fuses, if one breaks off I have 2 more, okay? We'll go ahead and look at fuses. Come on. Am I good? Okay. This is the fuse. See its shape? If a part of that wire breaks, yes, it's connected. With the pliers, don't grab the fuse too hard, place the fuse in the pliers gently. To take it out, just nudge it around and pull it towards you and it'll come out. Remember, don't mess around with everything and be rough, gently pull it out, make sure it's okay, and put it back in. Check all the parts of the fuse before you put it back in. Remember what I told you back there, if the AC isn't working, or there's an accident, or there's something wrong with the wire, you should check the fuse. Come look at this. See the fuse board? It has red, yellow, blue, and green. Every fuse has a different amp, which means its strength, how powerful it is. Some have thick prongs, which means the fuse has a higher amp, it gets into higher numbers. When it has thinner prongs, it means low amp, the wiring inside is smaller and it gets to lower numbers. The fuse needs to match the electrical wiring. Inside, you can see a bunch of different numbers, 5, 10, 15, 20, maybe 50, there's a range. Got it? Pull each fuse out, check it, and put it back in. If that one says 5, make sure the other says 5. Okay? This way you cannot, you have to turn it around. You go over there. Avery will support you. Is this Avery's name sign? Can you press on the brake? Good. He's going to press the brake 5 times. Go ahead. Okay, spray it over here. Good. You did great. It's easy, right? Brake flush. No, hold on. I used the wrong word, it's brake bleeding, not flush. Flush was like before, when we flushed all the fluid out. Now, that was brake bleeding. I know. Hello again. Now, I'll explain my teaching approach, how I teach here. I have 3 levels: intro, intermediate, and advanced. Intro is a 1-year program, intermediate is 1 year as well, and advanced is 1 or 2. It's 2 classes for 1 year, but they have 2 classes with me and a short block class, which means they'll graduate with me as their teacher. For example, in their 3rd and 4th year, they'd stay with me both years. The 3rd year will continue with mechanics and move with the advanced class, and the 4th year will focus on auto body and oil practice, and that's more of an intro level, not advanced, just to give them experience. It will help them decide if they prefer auto body or oiling. They'll learn a lot from taking that class. Maybe they'll realize they don't like mechanics and want to go to college to pursue auto body. They can go to college for oiling as well. There's draft schools and city colleges for that career. They're great places to start getting practice in those fields. That's what I'm trying to encourage them to do in this program. Now, my teaching strategy. We start with the basics. We start with what type of tools we have, what type of equipment we have, what vocabulary we use, basic intro vocabulary. We focus a lot on the systems in the vehicle, what each system does and how it functions. Then we break down each system. We separate each system by its parts. Then, we give them a surface-level understanding of every system, how it works, so they get a better understanding. It's always safe for the students. We always start with safer material. It's the first thing each semester, even for the intermediate and advanced levels. We always review safety and tell them to remember the safety guidelines. We go through that every year. So we start the intro level with the safety guidelines, then bolts, bolt sizes, the brake, how to use the tools properly, hand tools, power tools, all of those things. That's their first semester. For their second semester, we start touching on hand projects, small basic projects. Then, for intermediate level, things advanced and more in depth with the systems. We expand on each system, how to work on the projects, how to set up each system, everything is more in detail. Then the 3rd year, it's even more advanced. We typically expand on the motor and how it works, learn heavier vocabulary, and learn how to identify each part. I give those quizzes and tests on the parts and vocabulary. For the intro level, I have quizzes and tests on what each tool is called, names for the equipment, some system names, but nothing on parts yet. It's more focused on naming each system. For intermediate, it's more advanced and in-depth about part names, breaking down everything. For the advanced level, it's the same for auto body and oiling. Naming things, vocabulary, focusing on auto body and oiling's basic vocabulary, which isn't super advanced. It's basic vocabulary, how the systems work, similar quizzes and tests on the vocabulary for each tool, piece of equipment. Right now, I'm also teaching drone technology, but I haven't added it yet. So right now I'm focusing on drones as well. We don't have them here, the drones are in another building, we want to keep them separate from us. So I teach that as well, classes like drone foundations, coding, applications of drones. We have plans for drone games as well. Speaking of games, There's also plans to make games for my students in my mechanics classes. You have to apply for it in the state of California. The student organization did, and they have a game set up and ready to get started. Students can practice in the game. We may be able to take it around April. That's my teaching strategy, my approach. It works here. Thank you.